Hello. On this installment of the COVID-19 50-point inspection, just went red, I'm going to bring you the Brewdog BuMpY-IPA. Now, the BuMpY-IPA and myself, we have a fond relationship. When I started homebrewing, I started off with a Mr. Beer kit. And I wasn't happy with most of anything I was making, and I was ready to give up on the whole homebrewing scene. Well, I met somebody that was also not going to be homebrewing anymore, and they offered to give me all of their equipment for free. So go ahead, I jumped on that opportunity. I went to a local homebrew supplier and decided to see what they had to offer there, and looking through one of their books that they had, they were asking me, like, kind of, what do you like to drink? What do you want to try to brew? And I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of starting to get into IPAs and stuff. So they recommended a recipe for the BuMpY-IPA from Brewdog. So I brewed that batch. It was a mini mash I ended up doing, or a extract brew with specialty steeped grains. Anyways, not a complete mini mash, I guess, but it turned out really well. I enjoyed it. That's what actually this beer, at least in the homebrew shops, their interpretation of it was what kept me in homebrewing. So I did seek out this beer later on, and I had to drive to Massachusetts actually to find it, because we didn't get it here in New Hampshire. Found it pretty expensive for what it was, but I was really happy just to purchase it and to try the real thing, the beer that I had brewed that kept me in homebrewing. And it turns out I actually preferred my own homebrew over the actual brew itself. No thanks to me. It was the shop's recipe, and they told me everything I needed to do, and that was awesome. Still, it was an enjoyable beer, but let's go ahead and put this one through a COVID-19 50-point inspection. Now, they call it a session IPA. It was not known as a session IPA before. And this one's actually brewed out of Ohio, because they did open up a brewery in Ohio instead of Scotland, wherever they're out of in Scotland. But it's 5.2% ABV anyways. All right. It's got that nice tight white bubbled head. The color of the beer itself is a nice gold color and clear. Not a lot of carbonation. I don't see any carbonation actually flowing up through, but that does not mean that it's not carbonated. So it looks nice. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 6 out of 6. It does look like a nice, decent IPA or session IPA. American IPA of some sort. Alright, let's go in for the aromas. Pretty much I smell nothing. There is a slight, like, sweet note in there. It resembles a fruit. Some type of, like, a fruit. It's not coming off like fruit to me, really. It just kind of has this kind of sweet fructose aroma to it. I can't remember what the fruit aromas were. I think this was like kind of like a passion fruit type, or grapefruit type aroma beer. But it does have this kind of sweet, slight fruit smell to it. other than the nothing. Most of it is nothing. But I'm gonna go ahead and attribute maybe some of that sweetness to the malt. So I'm gonna give it a 1 for the malt aroma. I'm gonna give it a 1 for the hop aroma. And there really is no other in this. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4 for other, just because there is no real other. So, I mean, there's no spices or anything I should be picking up that they put in this. So, gonna go ahead and give the aromas a 6 out of 10. All right, let's go in for the first swig. Cheers. Ooh. So I pick up on a bitterness. That's it. It tastes like water with bitterness. There's no malt flavors. There's no sweetness coming through at all. I'm gonna give this a 0 for the malt. The hops. It's just bitter. There's no flavors I'm getting out of it. But there's definitely hops there. Give it a 1. The balance, this is out of 5. There's 0 sweetness and just a bitterness. I don't think there's a good balance at all. I'm going to give that a 0 out of 5. Carbonation on this one. Kind of a medium carbonation. It fits. I'm going to give that 3 out of 3. The aftertaste is horrible. It's just bitter. I'm going to give it a 1 out of the 3. The body on it seems to be light side. Pretty light body. It's a good body for it. Being a session IPA, give it a 5 out of 5 for that. My overall enjoyability on this one right now, not very good. The bitterness is there, but there's no like sweet flavors. I'm gonna give the enjoyability on this one a 1 out of 10. So what are we looking at here? Appearance got the 6 out of 6. The aroma's got a 6 out of 10. Flavor, I gave it a 5 out of 19. Body's a 5 out of 5. My overall is a 1 out of 10. Just gonna add this up real quick. Get that. That's 23. Oh boy. So for the Brewdog Punk IPA, Session IPA, it's going to get a COVID-19 50-point inspection score of 23, which is going to land this in the poor category. Cheers. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next chronicled segment of the COVID-19 50-point inspection. Cheers.